Hey guys, my name is Andrew, this is Hard Hat Gaming, and welcome to my Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 scenery building tutorial video. There's a lot to go over when building scenery in Rollercoaster Tycoon 2, so I'll try and make each tip as succinct as I can. In this video, I'll try to give you both small tips and tricks, as well as give you several designs that you can implement in your parks in Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. One last thing before we get into the video is that all of the tips and designs I'll be using in this video will not be using any cheats or custom scenery objects, so you should be able to make all of these designs in Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic or Vanilla. Alright, now let's get into it. So here you are, you've built an awesome roller coaster with great stats, and you're ready to make it look fun and exciting with a cool building. The first thing to remember when designing a building is to avoid making a square or a rectangle. Make your building a unique shape. Oftentimes I'll see people designing an awesome coaster and it has just like a box around it. If we start with a shape like this instead of a square or a rectangle, it'll be a lot easier to make an interesting looking building that'll catch people's eye. The next thing you'll want to do is determine how tall your roof needs to be. If you're using Classic or Vanilla, you're going to have to deal with the annoying clearance limits, so just make sure you know where your limit is. When putting your roof together, your first instinct is going to be to make a giant triangular roof that ends in a point, but you'll need to go against your instincts on this one. Try building a bunch of small triangles instead. One way that I like to spruce up this design is adding two towers that protrude up and out of your roof design. These typically go where the entrance and exits go when I'm designing this myself. Okay, you finished your roof design, it looks great, you've got the towers protruding out of it, but your walls still look kind of bare and kind of boring. So the last thing you're going to do is build fence pieces and smaller wall pieces on your design. This is going to add depth and complexity to it, and it just makes it look a little bit more interesting. Here are some pieces that I found to make the best wall decorations. So I know so far this has been a little bit tedious, you're putting a lot of blocks together and it just takes a long time. But the nice thing about this is that you can use this design over and over again by just simply swapping out the pieces you use. Here's a few different variations of that same building I just built. All of these buildings have the same setup, just different wall and roof pieces. You can use this design interchangeably to fit into the design of your park. The first is a basic design, followed by a wooden themed, space themed, jungle themed, and desert themed building. Another way to add some realism into your theme parks using buildings is to design buildings along your path for decoration. Now, these buildings won't actually serve a purpose unless you build a shop or a stall inside of it. This is what I like to do. But it will add some realism into your build, as most theme parks feature a main street area when you enter, and several small buildings that are only really used for decoration. I can tell you firsthand, this process is a lot easier than designing the station platform buildings. However, it is going to take a lot more time, so be prepared to place piece after piece for quite a bit of time. For this, you won't have to worry about the clearance limits, so feel free to make these as tall or as short as you'd like. When building, just make sure you're using the previous tips by adding windows and dynamic roof designs, as well as detailing your walls with posts and fence pieces. Putting these buildings together is as simple as plopping down a square or a rectangle and putting a roof on top of it. But theme parks usually will have dozens of these buildings scattered throughout the park, so making a realistic theme park will require you to build several of these. When putting together these decorative buildings, detailing is pretty important, so just make sure that you're using the right pieces to detail with so that your design can look realistic. Also, just don't forget to put windows in, otherwise it'll look lame. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, make sure to do that for more Rollercoaster Tycoon content. Also, make sure to follow me on social media. I now have a Twitter and an Instagram page, so make sure to follow me on those, and that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.